So I'm joined now by Glossop North End Secretary Dan Bates. Dan, first of all, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks, Mark. Thanks ever so much for calling. Yeah, it's been good. Good to get a little bit of rest after the end of the season. But obviously, people think we have a big rest in the summer, but that's never really the case with us here at Glossop. There's always plenty going on.
Yeah, there certainly is. And just to give it a bit of a plug, you've got the Beer Festival coming up. Tell us how important that is to the club's coffers.
Oh, absolutely massive. This year, obviously, in the last couple of years, we've relied a lot on the coronavirus-backed, government business interruption scheme. But now that's finished. The fundraising events internally for the club are massive. The Beer Festival coming up at the end of this month. We just had the last planning meeting last night, so things are really coming on. So we've got some good headliners, 20 real ales for you to choose from, plenty of other live entertainment throughout the day. So it promises to be a good weekend here at G&E.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds exciting. But just to take a look back at the season that's just finished under Stuart Mellish, he came in last summer. You finished 17th. You look at the end of the season; it wasn't too great, but on reflection, how do you rate that season?
I think it was a positive, in all honesty, Mark. Despite the sort of league finish, people reading into the table a lot. We finished 17th there, but moving back into the West Division, much harder division than what we've been in before. The quality of the style of play and things that we've expected has been a lot more high quality. We were probably the highest 17th place team across all of the three NPL divisions. 40 points. You needed a hell of a lot more points in that league to finish 17th than you did the other two. So started the season with 4 players. The squad, the recruitment had to be based on putting a team together. But I think certainly going into next season, we can be a lot more picky in the recruitment. And targets have certainly already been identified for the summer recruitment. But I think the foundation's there. I don't think we really started the season. I don't think we really ended the season, to be honest. I think the players, a lot of them were in the first year at this level, mentally tired, if nothing else. We were just a bit naive at times. But you don't go on that sort of 13-match unbeaten run that we did in the middle of the season without some sort of solid foundation there. So there's obviously a lot to be had from this season. You look at the table, people like Kidsgrove, 10th place, 7 positions higher than us. They lost the same amount of games. We were the draw specialists. We just need to convert some of those draws into wins, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And you talk about that great run of form that you had. I think it was at the end of October. One man that was a key player in that was Jamie Rainford, who came back to the club for a second spell. Do you know if he'll be staying for next season? Because I know that he's prolific in front of goal.
James is a big fan favourite around the club. Obviously, the club's top scorer this year. It hasn't been goals conceded that's been the problem for us, really. It's just been goals scored, the third lowest scorers in the league. So we're absolutely sure where we've identified exactly where we need to move the squad forward next year. Jamie, as far as we're concerned, is a big part of that. We'd love to have him back at the club, and I think he understands. There's a lot of mutual respect in that relationship. So I'm sure we look forward to seeing him back in training. The lads are going to be back in on the 19th of June, so plans are well underway, and Jamie's certainly a part of that.
Absolutely, and I guess the same can be said for Keaton Mulvey. He's had experience with Rochdale, then he's gone to Maudsley. Will he be there next season? Can you confirm that?
Yeah, Keaton Mulvey certainly very much in Stuart's plans for next year. Keaton was smashing lad to have around the place. Just needed someone to give him a bit of belief and put an arm around him, really. And I think he's found a good club in us here at G&E and a platform for him to be able to perform without the pressures that have been on. He's got a free role here, so to speak. And I think we're going to see him flourish. Again, his first real season of playing regular first team football, and we look forward to seeing what he can offer going into next year.
Yeah, definitely. So it's hard at this time of year to predict just how well you'll do next season. But what are the aims and ambitions for Glossop, and where will you compare in terms of budgets with other clubs? Could you elaborate on that?
The budget's already been communicated to the management staff. We're certainly going to give it the best go that we can, as we do always. Every year, again, we continue to be a debt-free club. We're always run on a financial tight string, but that doesn't mean that we can't be ambitious and move things forward. We'll continue to be a competitive step 4 outfit. We've done a lot of, away from the pitch to prove that's the case. We've had the development of ground, the doubling of the covered standing section on Sturridge Street up to 48 metres. It really shows that we are serious about step 4, and I don't think we're a million miles away from climbing up that table. Like I say, the teams that are 7-8 places above us lost the same amount of games. So it's just about concerning, just a little bit of clinicalness in front of goal, just being that little bit less naive. And I think a lot of the players that are now going to go into a second year with us, with added personnel on top of that, we can be a bit picky in the recruitment, are going to see the squad, flourish a little bit more. So what I'd say to the fans is, coming back as in pre-season, we've got a great pre-season schedule already boxed off, really nice and early for the fans. 2 good fixtures, Accrington Stanley, Huddersfield Town coming to the Amdek Forklift Stadium. Back as in pre-season, you'll see a good difference from last year, and get behind these lads as they really start to flourish for Journey.
Absolutely, and you just mentioned them, the Amdek Forklift Stadium. How important is that business in terms of the club's success?
Big. We've had, I think they went into their second year with us, Amdek Forklifts, this last season. Certainly a partnership that we'd look to continue. We've got a new commercial and community director on the board now, Chris Reed, who's really going to be looking on boosting the club's relationship with the existing commercial clients and people around the town, getting the word out. A lot of it is networking. There's still way too many people in the town that go to Tesco and have no idea there's a football club at the top of the road. So it's all about breaking down those barriers, getting people into the club, whether that's by room hire, association, word of mouth. Make sure watch this space for some new sponsors coming this summer and 2 fresh new kits. So we're really looking forward to it. Lots to be excited with over the summer for Glossop.
Yeah, sounds like it. And of course, just finally this, it's not just about the first team up at Glossop, but the under-21s won a cup final as well. So the future looks bright in that respect as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Rory Fallon did a great job with the 21s this last year. They got to the FA Sunday Cup finalists. Won the competition. We gave them some good exposure on that. We've doubled our commitment to the Glossop North End juniors set up this last season. The under 21s and the under 18s now playing the games at the stadium. But yeah, Rory did a great job with the 21s. The 18s are going to be back in the FA Youth Cup this next year. Hopefully, we'll have a home tie. Get the youth down and get the players' families, friends. Let's have a good crowd on, hopefully at home in that one. So, but we do need to be looking after the youth. We did some research. Certainly in the professional game, data suggests that a player's transfer value is twice as high at age 20 than it is at 25. So it's a little bit less sensitive here in the non-league sort of terms. But it does show that we need to be looking after homegrown talent, but make sure that they're of the necessary standard to make a positive impact in that first team environment. Certainly in the NPL at step 4, which is always difficult, but the commitment always still remains there. Rory's done a great job this last season, and that commitment will remain.